Hi guys, it's Sarah. I'm back with another video, and today I wanted to do a redraw of an old drawing. I believe this drawing I'm about to show you is from 2016, so this is of Dawn from Pokemon. In Japanese her name is Hikari. So I've been actually wanting to redraw this for a long time, and recently I went on a little doodle date with my friend Emily, and we chose different drawings for like each other to redraw. So I chose one of her old drawings and she redrew it, and then she chose one of my drawings to redraw. And I guess that's kind of what like sparked this idea, because I did want to do this eventually. But then once we had done that last week, it really kind of inspired me to try and redraw a different drawing. This one was on my list to do for a long time, so I'm glad I finally got around to doing it. And I think the reason why I took so long to do this was because I feel like this one is very heavily detailed. It has like a lot of like sparkles and I don't know, it just has like a lot of like detail to it. So it was just something that I was kind of putting off for a long time, but I'm glad I finally got around to doing it. As far as like redrawing this, I tried to keep the same like structure, facial structure, and pose and everything. I did change it like a tiny bit. I hope you can see my sketch on screen. I try to like sketch a little bit harder while I'm filming so that way it shows up on camera. But yeah, so I tried to keep it relatively the same. I did change some things about it. I feel like her face in the old one is very like wonky, like it's not lined up right. So I tried to fix that as best as I could now. And I did make her scarf a little more floofy in this one. I'm not sure why. It was just kind of like a creative choice, I guess. But I do think I've improved. I think I could improve a lot more, but I think there is like a big difference between this one and the old one, especially when it's like all finished and everything. I did try not to use black because recently, I think within the past like year or so, I've been trying to refrain from using black as like a fine liner and black as like shadows and stuff like that, because I think it's too like harsh. I feel like it takes away from the drawing. I feel like when you have black as a shadow, when you have black as like a contrasting color, I feel like it takes away from the drawing. I feel like it makes it look very dark and dreary, and I feel like it takes away the spotlight from the actual drawing. So when you have dark shadows like that, all you're really seeing is that and not the drawing itself. So that's why I didn't do as harsh of shadows. I feel like I don't like that as much anymore in my work. So in the old one, you see like a lot of like black, or like black like behind like her little skirt dress thingy. In this one, I used a darker red as a shadow instead. I feel like that looks a lot better and it's not as harsh on the eyes. I've been just trying to not use so many dark colors. Like even just using this purple was like really intimidating, I guess. I don't use purple like at all, and if I do, it's like a pastel purple. So using this like dark galaxy purple was really intimidating for me. But I mean, I think it came out all right. And I think my blending has gotten better too. Like if you look in the old one, you can see a lot of streaking. In this newer one, I feel like I know to layer more. I feel like I know what works together, what doesn't. I feel like I put multiple layers on purpose so that way you don't get as much streaking. And I also found that coloring in circles with alcohol markers helps a lot if you're trying to do like a solid background. If you do just like streaky lines, your background is going to come out streaky. So if you blend in a circular motion, it actually makes it look a lot smoother. So that's just what I found out and what I've seen other people do. So that's just kind of what I did. Doing all these white outlines was really, that was another like hard thing, because I was trying to not mess up because I had already outlined the drawing and I had to re-outline it again in white, so it was just kind of it was kind of hard. It was really like time consuming, but I liked it in the end, so I think that's all that matters. I'm really like happy with how this turned out. Like, I'm happy I did it. Like, I had to sit down for a good hour and a half to get this done, but I think it was fun and I think it was worth it. And I don't know, I really want I'm like a Pokemon nerd. I really want Diamond and Pearl remakes. That's what this character is from. Those games were amazing. Those were the first games I actually had that were my own. My little brother had Fire Red, and we used to, it was like me, him, and my other brother, we would like take turns kind of playing it. And we ended up training a lot of his Pokemon. We got his Vaporeon to level 100, so that was fun. But yeah, we all took turns kind of playing it. And so this was the first game I actually had that was my own, and I hogged it like no other. Like, I'm not even kidding. This was my life for like a solid 2 weeks. A solid 2 weeks was just me playing Pokemon Pearl for just as long as I could. I used to play till I got tired, to the point where like my eyes would like get so heavy that I couldn't even like keep them open anymore, and I would fall asleep with the game in my hand. And I would try to save often, because sometimes I would fall asleep and the game, you know, it doesn't have a lot of battery, so if you you leave it open and it, you know, it's still draining the battery. So there was a lot of times where the game shut off on me because I was playing it so much. And there were other times where I was plugged into the wall because I had to charge the thing. But yeah, no, that on my pink DS Lite, that was my life, you guys. That was my life. It was so fun and just amazing, and I loved having my own game, playing through my own journey, and it was just like, it was just so, I don't know, it was so amazing. It was great. It was a lot of fun. I really hope we get Diamond and Pearl remakes. I would love to just relive that again. I feel like that was such a, I don't know, that was such a iconic game. I feel like it got people back into Pokemon. I feel like it brought a lot of like good evolutions from old Pokemon, and I just really like it. So I hope they remake it for the Switch. There's been a lot of rumors about it getting a remake, because it is the next one in line to do so. They remade all the other gens prior, so Gen 4 is next on that list. So I really, really, really hope we get it. I will be ecstatic. It is just something I've been wanting for a very long time, and I hope that they do it. I really, really hope that they do it, because I will be playing that like no other. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. You can take all my money. I will play it. I will if they did, I'd probably get both versions, and I would just play it like crazy. I had Pokemon Platinum as well, which was the sequel to that game franchise, and that one was a really good game too. You got to go in something called the Reverse World, which was, it was created by the legendary Pokemon Garantina, and it was really cool. It was like you were walking upside down. It was like everything was reversed. It was really cool. That's where I kind of got the inspiration from the background from for this drawing, the dark purple, because in the Reverse World everything is like a galaxy. It looks very like dark purple, and maybe some black. It was really fun. So yeah, that's my rambling. I'm sorry. I really like that game. It's amazing. It's I don't know. It's one of my favorites. So this is a side-by-side. Let me know which one you like better down below, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.